Hi, I'm Nancy. In today's video, I'm going to talk a little bit about how I reorganize my sewing room and show you a short video of that. I'm going to show you some of the things sewing related that I got for Christmas. And I also want to talk to you about some of the plans I have for future videos. If that sounds interesting to you, stick around. First, I'd like to thank Jen and Today in Jen's Sewing Room for starting this hashtag Friday Sews so that we can all get together on Fridays and share our makes, what we would like to make, and just a little bit of life in between. I would also like to thank you all for watching last week's video with my sister. I had a lot more views than usual, and I told her we would because I had a special guest. And I really appreciate the kind words that you spoke to her about her makes, and especially about the pillows made with her late husband's ties. I'm really touched by the kind comments, and she was too. We miss Barry a whole lot. So here's a little view of my sewing room after I did a little bit of organization. And I'll put a link to my original sewing room tour so you can see how it looked before. And as you walk around, see where the lamp stand is? I had a large easel there before, and on that table had all of my painting supplies. So my husband had the idea, let's just move all the painting supplies to a corner in the family room. And that's what we did. I had to clean off that table. It had a lot of paint on it, but it came off pretty easily. And so now I have my serger and my cover stitch machine there on the table. And over here I have a lot more room for my sewing. And there's my mannequin. That's a dress I made a couple of summers ago at a seersucker. And you come around. Over here, of course this table takes up quite a bit of room, but I love it. It works out really well. One thing I have that wasn't in my original video was this little wooden drawer unit. And what I like about it is that every knob is different. I thought it's really cool. Okay. You see all my paintings. I do plan to get back into painting, absolutely. I've had too much time go by that I haven't done any painting, and that's something I will absolutely get back into. And then over here, I removed some things up on that top shelf and put some fabric and some other things. And then this is where I like to sit when I do my videos. Then you come around this way. And that's a view I have when I'm doing my videos. It's a small room, but it works. And I think getting rid of all of the art supplies and that big old easel really helped quite a bit. One of these days I'm going to have to get me a different chair, maybe one on wheels, so I can kind of scoot back and forth between the two tables. As it is now, I just have to stand up and push the chair over, but it works. It does. So that's the sewing room. After I did a little bit of organization, it hasn't changed a whole lot, but it does give me a little more room when I got all of the art supplies out of here. Okay. I decided to try and put a different painting up every week, but a lot of my paintings are bigger, would be too big to put there. And unless I take the clock down and put something big there, and that might be something I might consider doing, but I do like my clock. Okay, so that is a view of the room. This just proves that you can do a whole lot with a small space. This is just a spare bedroom, and it works out really well. Okay, and there you have it. Okay. Let's look at some of the things I got for Christmas that are sewing related. Remember, I told you I had gone to that half-price bookstore, and a couple of the books my daughter said, I want to give those to you for Christmas. So one is called Fine Machine Sewing, Easy Ways to Get the Look of Hand Finishing and Embellishing. And it just talks about the different stitches on your machine. Are you anything like me and you have a machine and you use the straight stitch, the zigzag, and maybe the buttonhole stitch, or maybe the lightning stitch, you know, for knits, but you've got all these really cool stitches that you could use and you don't? Well, I want to do that and look into what other things my machine can do as far as decorative stitches. And I'm sure this book will be helpful. Now, the one book I'm really excited about, it's called Super Cute Pincushions. And I've looked through this book and there's some really cool stuff in here. And one of the videos I want to make is to make a couple of these pincushions. The one I definitely want to make is the one made with the little glass jars. Isn't that cute? And I'll look in here and find another one. I thought maybe I could do a little tutorial or sew along on making a couple of these really cool pincushions. So that's coming up. And then the other thing I found this on Amazon. It's from Simplicity. It's called Let's Get Stitching. And in it, it's got calendar, stickers. They even have some little pockets you can put things in. And what's really cool about it, it's got a lot of pictures from vintage things. So I plan on using that to keep track of what I make. The other thing I have, and I have not used it yet, is these electric scissors. I got these because Diane on Silver Thread Sewing, she got a pair of these and really liked them. So my daughter-in-law got me this, and I think it'd be really great to use on corduroy or some kind of a heavier fabric, because I know heavier fabric would be harder to use your rotary cutter on. And even cutting with regular scissors might be hard, but I think this would be really good for heavier fabric. So when I do make up that corduroy I have, I'll probably want to try and use these and see if that will be a little easier to cut with. So that's something I'm excited to use as well. Okay. Now, I've made up a list. I filled up one side and half of the other side with ideas for videos. I want to come up with something that you'd be interested in. And so I've been making notes when I think of something, ooh, I'd like to do this, or ooh, I'd like to do that. Also, too, I've been watching some of my favorite YouTubers, and when they come up with a cool idea that I'm interested in, I think, wonder if I could also talk about that, or is that something I can do in my channel? So I just want to make sure that I come up with things that you're interested in watching, okay? Now, next week, though, be sure you don't miss next week's video, because I am going to do my 2023 makes. I know a lot of YouTubers have already posted those, and that's what I plan on doing. And what's really cool is I have a lot of makes that you have not seen yet. I started this channel in mid-September, so I have a lot of things I made before. And what I'm most excited in showing you are the Easter dresses I made for my 4 granddaughters. And also when we went to Myrtle Beach in the summer, I made sundresses. And they came out really, really cute. And I will be sharing you the patterns I used in the dresses. I'm going to have to borrow back some of those dresses from my daughter and daughter-in-law so I can show them to you. I want to show them to you not just in pictures, but I'll do both as well. So I've got a whole list of things I want to talk about. And when I can think of something that sounds interesting, I jot it down. So that's definitely what I want to do, is come up with some things that be kind of fun to watch. Now, as far as life in general, I'm not wearing my sling right now, but I still wear it when I go out. I'm still wearing it to bed. It feels pretty good, but it's a little sore right there. The inside doesn't hurt, but right there it's kind of sore. Right when I touch, it's a little sore. So I've been trying to be more careful and resting my arm more. I see the doctor on the 15th, and then after that, he'll release me from, the sling, wearing it all the time, especially when I'm out. And then I will be starting my physical therapy after that. So that's what's coming up. So, as I said, I do plan on getting back into my painting. I haven't painted. It's been over a year since I started this channel. I've been really into sewing, but I do want to get back into painting as well. So, that's what I have for you today. I will see you next week on my 2023 makes, and I hope you all have a wonderful weekend. Get a lot of sewing done if you want, and I'll see you next week. You take care. God bless. Goodbye.